Hi out there, it's me, Eloise, and today's video is brought to you by the number 1, because this is my first ever YouTube video. How exciting. Since I'm new here, I figured I would first introduce myself and then go over the Newbie Authortube tag by Jenna Streety, because isn't that what every new Authortuber does? Yeah, let's do it! So, as I said before, I'm Eloise. That is a pen name, so for those of you who know me in real life, no you don't. Great. Moving on. While writing is a significant passion of mine, and I have a dream to be a full-time author, unfortunately, it's taken the backseat to a lot of other responsibilities in my life, such as my full-time job as an accountant, being a mom to an energetic 4-year-old, being a wife, and adult who owns a house. So I'm making a point to find a balance for all of those things and bringing writing higher to the top of my list. And one of the ways I'm doing that is by creating this YouTube channel. In addition to writing, some of my other hobbies include home improvement projects, baking, gardening, houseplants, and dabbling in witchy things like tarot, crystals, and all that other vibes. Without further ado, let's dive into this Newbie Authortube tag. So grab yourself a drink, maybe a snack, and let's go. I first found out about Authortube when a friend of mine sent me one of Jenna Moressi's videos years ago and said she reminds me of you. So I watched it, curious because I'd never heard of Authortube and I'd never heard of Jenna Moresi, and she was snarky, sarcastic, loved to talk about writing, and was a little nerdy like me. So I was flattered beyond belief, and I binge watched her entire channel, and I still watch her stuff. The genre I primarily write in is fantasy. My current work in progress is a historical fantasy, specifically a Greek myth retelling. It's hard for me to say that I would never do something because everybody grows and changes, but I don't see myself ever writing anything young adult. I also don't see myself writing anything dystopian, post-apocalyptic, or contemporary. I also won't likely be writing anything with fae, vampires, werewolves, zombies, and that kind of thing. Past tense, third person limited, adult. I would describe myself as a plotter who pantses a little. I do a lot more plotting than pantsing. For each of my books, I have a skeleton draft outline that highlights all of the important things that need to happen in each of the chapters and where we're going, and just the big plot points. And then as I write, I will pants the little details and things like that to keep the fun. So I have done both plotting and pantsing. It's the best of both worlds. I highly recommend it. As of this video, I'm not yet published, but I do plan on self-publishing and will provide updates as I go on that journey. My goal for starting this YouTube channel is twofold. The first is to connect with a community of like-minded folks who love Greek myths as much as I do, love storytelling and reading and writing as much as I do, that we can all connect and be nerdy here, because the number of people I have in my life, in my house, that I can talk to about Greek myths and writing for no end is very limited. I maybe get 10 minutes with my husband before his brain shuts off. And he, yeah, it's to save my marriage, really. Just kidding. The second reason why I want to start this YouTube channel is partial accountability to you all and to myself. I would love to be able to look back on these videos in 5 to 10 years, hopefully as a best-selling author, and say, wow, look at how far I've come, but look at how annoying I was and I still am. I'm such a dork. But also, as far as accountability, if I say I'm gonna have a video up on Friday and I don't, the risk of public humiliation is there. Though I'm not sure how well that's going to work, because if you've ever gone out to karaoke with me on a Saturday night, you know that I have no problem publicly humiliating myself. But maybe it will be different because this is on the internet. Stay tuned to find out. On my channel, you'll find monthly updates from my work in progress, videos on my writing process, a super fun short story series that I'll be announcing later in September, and other fun videos related to Greek myths, writing craft, or my books. The short answer is I like making shit up. The long answer I'll cover in the next question. My passion for writing started when I was 14, when some of my friends introduced me to a forum-based Harry Potter roleplay site. I joined for my friends, but stayed for the writing. I made so many friends on there and had such a magical experience that I really fell in love with the power of storytelling and being able to transport not only myself, but somebody else to this other magical place. While life ultimately pulled me away from that website, I still stayed passionate about writing, entering short story contests, taking classes in high school and college, and participating in NaNoWriMo when I was in college. The first story I ever wrote was called The Tiger Who Couldn't Roar. I wrote it in first grade and illustrated it as well, and I'm pretty sure that was the peak of my writing career. I had never been touched by a book the way that The Chronicles of Narnia emotionally hit me. I was almost in tears at one point in the last battle because I couldn't believe what was happening. I was so invested. I'd never been that invested before. As far as authors and books that have influenced my current writing, the first is this one. If you know what this book is, we are friends. Chimamanda Adichie's We Should All Be Feminists. I have a lot of feminist themes in my book, so if that's something that you don't like, that's fine. You're probably not gonna like my book. And then on a similar vein, Nikita Gill's Great Goddesses. Her words are just, her words are just so magical, and I aspire to be as I'm not a poem reader. Read it. Okay, those are the things. I have what you would call a 4-year-old. So while I don't officially schedule my writing sessions, they generally always happen after he goes to bed around 7 or 7:30. So I find myself writing from around 8 to sometimes as late as 11:30 at night, because that's the best time that I have to write. I primarily write on my computer, either at my desk here or in my bedroom on my laptop. And that's because my hand can't keep up with my flow of thoughts. My book's pitch is, in ancient Greece, a young woman who is given divine gifts from the goddess Artemis in exchange for her fealty, celibacy, and promise to find sanctuary, must overcome temptations or face the consequences. A snarky 30-something mom leaves her bean-counting ways behind in pursuit of a magical escape, armed only with a latte, a laptop, and a bag of goldfish. My biggest writing struggle is getting into the groove of things. I'm not the kind of person that can grab 10 minutes here, 5 minutes there to jot down a couple sentences, and I would love to be that person, but it's so hard for me to switch from my analytical accounting hat to my scatterbrained mom hat to my creative writing hat, and I haven't figured out how to do that quick. So if you have any tips for me, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. I don't know if it's true, but my critique partners and beta readers have told me that I write vivid descriptions that immerse them in my worlds. My biggest question for you, if you're an Authortuber, is how do you balance everything? I'm already struggling as that like waitress who has the trays and it's stacked up, and I've got the work and the mom and the adulting, and then I've got my hobbies and the passions and trying to include self-care, and I've got my relationships, and I'm just over here, and I want to do this. I want to add YouTube and Authortube. I just don't know how I'm going to actually do it without burning myself to the ground and dropping all of the trays and just making a big mess. So please, if you have secrets for me, please share them with me, because I need all the help I can get. I'm always looking for new channels to follow. I will have my phone up with YouTube, listening to Authortubers and booktubers all day long when I'm working. So please feel free to share your favorite channels down below. I've probably heard of them, but if I haven't, I'm gonna go subscribe. I'm so excited. As far as critique partners go, I have 2 already, and I honestly, with all my trays, they're on there. I love them. They deserve more from me, to be honest, so I'm not gonna go add any more on there. And for beta readers, with my current manuscript, I just finished, at the time of this video, I've just finished getting beta reader feedback, so I'm not currently in the need for beta readers right now. But if you're watching this months from now, maybe that's different. Maybe it's changed. But I'm always looking for people to talk to about writing, Greek myths, anything nerdy. So if you want to chat, please comment down below, send me a message. It's so hard for me to pick just one thing. I'm most excited to meet everybody and get to interact with you and come out of the shadows. I have been a lurker. I am just excited to make a fool of myself and amuse you all doing it. So if that sounds fun to you, join me. Done it. Cheers. We've made it through the Newbie Authortube tag. Was it as fun as you thought it was gonna be? Because it was way more fun than I thought it was gonna be. Not quite as rambly as you thought, huh? I'm editing it, yeah. Thank you so much for watching my video and making it to the very end. You are one of my favorite people. If you are interested in seeing more of my content, I'll be putting out videos every Friday, so make sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss anything. And if you didn't like this video, that's fine too. I hope you have a great day either way.
Do you like writing? Yes, I like writing. Do you like mythology? Yes, I like mythology. Do you like my videos? Yes, I like your videos. Then what are you waiting for? Subscribe.